Hello.
I was just gonna tell you that that's where I'll stream live at the casting channel, so you can follow along with draft and the game and whatnot. Because I like to pause and rewind, and that'll get very confusing if we spectate in different instances. If that makes sense.
Yeah. I was just gonna watch it in here.
Okay.
I'm op.gging both teams, so I can send you a link with the full team, so that you can put it on screen if you want before game starts. I think we still got like 10 minutes.
Yeah, we got a little bit of time to kill before the teams are actually ready. So.
Why is it not working though?
Who can say? See my Reddit for a brief moment there. Don't spy on me. And you can't hear it, but I've got nice music vibes that Blue Metal was kind enough to give me.
Yeah, I can hear it. I think I'm listening to audio later on the stream too, though. I gotta figure my stuff out.
Apparently you won't be able to hear it if you're watching the stream from Discord, because Discord doesn't play nice with YouTube or something. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I've got the actual stream up and your stream. So now I'm I'm hearing our dialogue from 30 seconds ago echoing in my ears.
Yeah, I was just muting that one.
Yeah. But now I lost my music, dog. Ugh.
Let me actually add in chat that we're kind of waiting on people. I'm just writing it in chat that it'll be a little bit before a team RAWR is ready to go, so we're just kind of waiting.
Do you know if there's any subs on either side tonight?
Not that I'm aware of. See, are any of them even in their channels yet? Nope. They're not.
I'm not returning any result for Kill the Kiwi. Is that their top laner still for RAWR?
As far as I know, I think.
What's on their roster, but it's not coming up in op.gg.
I think I remember having a hard time finding them earlier when I was looking for them. I remember having that problem too. Let me try. Yeah, I think I found them. Here, let me look at you. That should be it. Sometimes the copy paste doesn't. OP.g doesn't like copy paste. I don't know why. Alright, now I'm getting invited to a custom game. That's a good start.
Do we hover on the opposite side and tell them that RAWR's got some subs tonight?
Do they?
No, I was saying we would be the subs.
I don't want to
Try to
pick Team
stress them out a
RAWR.
little bit.
I got my own team,
Whoa!
bro.
No caster bias, dude. Whoa!
Although, admittedly, I would enjoy beating our sister team again. So.
Alright, we got the OPGGs. I got the stats in case you have any questions.
Yeah, I'm not super familiar with who's even on Team RAWR, so I need to look at their point values. So their top's a 4, their jungle's a 1, their mid's a 6. Okay, big boy.
Yep. Mui, their mid laner, has been pumping lately.
From what I've seen, yeah, he's been killing it. So it's 2 very mid-centric teams. So we'll see who will come out on top in that regard.
2 very mid teams, I agree. Got him.
Got him. That's an ADC at 3 points, and some 4 at 1. So, okay.
1 IQ overall, tied for 2nd in the league with a 7-2 record. RAWR is, I believe, our 5th place team. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, 5th place team with a 4-5 record, but I believe they've won their last 2 series in a row.
They should be 6th, I think, right?
Oh, maybe tied for 6th.
Are you looking?
Oh,
at
well,
the
Kate.
Are you looking at the Beer League website?
Yes.
Yeah, because that one's not sorted correctly. Because notice how it has us below 1 IQ. That's clearly bullshit. Like, so. But.
Oh yeah, I guess 1 IQ tied for.
1 IQ's third.
Tied third, I guess. Yeah, I guess we're technically 2nd. Fair enough.
Yep.
All right. For those of you that are very discerning individuals at home.
Yeah, the playoff bracket is not here, which is a little disappointing, but.
Looks like we will have 1 IQ on red side for game 1.
They haven't said yet, but it kind of looks like it, doesn't it?
Or at least they're all over there.
Doesn't look like any subs.
Well,
actually, no, I lied. No, it looks like they're going to be out there starting ADC today. Normally they have Cool J as there's ADC, but today it is Kirby's. Or Curbs? I don't know. Curbs. Curbsy.
Well, we've got 1 IQ trying to inject a little caster bias into the stream. They've named themselves My Harem for tonight's game. So, anyway, let's go 1 IQ.
Yeah, go 1 IQ. Woo. Just kidding. No caster bias here, promise.
No caster bias. That being said, let's hear what you got. How do you think this series is going?
I mean, if I'm honest, I think that they're both very mid-centric teams, and I think Mui's the better mid laner. So,
ooh, it's just some direct flame for Mr. Richie right out the gate. I love it. I love to see it.
I mean, Mui's a 6, Rihi's a 4. You know,
6 is bigger than 4. Yeah,
that's. Rihi has been outplaying 4 by a lot. So to give him credit, he's played.
But
really,
is it
well.
by at least 50% though? Is he getting to 6, or is he a 5 in your eyes still?
We'll see. And Vixperion
Definitely will
sub
see.
with Prime. Hello, welcome, fellow 1 less, 2 more kinda member.
Do you want to throw the op.ggs up on screen or something while we wait for draft? While we have a little discussion?
Yeah, we can flame their ranks. Why not?
Yeah. Let's hear from the chat. Chat, what do you think for tonight? How's this series gonna go? Do we got some 2-0s? Do we got some 1-2s?
All right.
let's check what I put on my playoff bracket.
So here we go. You see the OP.GGs for Team 1IQ. Not a lot of solo queue games for some of these guys. Looks like Wandering Monarch and Dunnyvon have basically played. Well, actually, not a lot for any of them, to be honest. But mostly just Rehe, because Rehe's out there doing the grind. But other than that, they haven't done a ton.
Rehe do be grinding.
All
Well,
right.
on my playoff bracket, I have this series going 2-1 in favor of 1IQ. So, a little dissent in the cast already. Jack calling that it's going to be a RAWR game led by Mui. But let's see what we got. Oh yeah. 1IQ plays no ranked. Alright. Oh, and a huge announcement coming in the Twitch stream. The winning team will get $50 of RP.
You mean the winning team of this series or of Beer League Season 10?
I assume this is going to be for the full season. I assume they wouldn't announce that for their own series. That might result. Okay, he said for the season.
Okay, that's what I thought.
All right, Bunny Coo's in the chat, and he is ready to get tagged in. He's like, "Give me my shot at my $10 of RP, dude. I got half of a skin to buy."
That's funny. All right, so it's gonna be Team RAWR on blue side and 1IQ on red here for game 1. So let me go ahead and change my draft sides here.
Vixperion throwing a little extra flame towards these mid laners. Love to see it. Now, Mui has been absolutely clapping the cheeks on Akali lately, if I remember correctly.
Yasuo
It'll be interesting to see in the draft if that pulls any bans.
Yep, looks like we're about to start here on draft for game 1. Didn't you go like 13-0 on Akali in your last game?
Yeah, he did.
So like the game that didn't matter for anything. But you didn't hear it from me. I casted it, that means it counts.
Well, I'm scrolling through brackets here, and so far I have not seen a single bracket prediction that puts RAWR as winning this series, either 2-0 or 2-1 for 1IQ. Oh, except for...
I picked them.
I think that's Mr. Sawdude. Sawdude's got RAWR, 2-0, alright.
Sawdude has RAWR. Sawdude has RAWR winning and then losing in semis and then also losing in finals. He's just that good. RAWR's gonna lose twice in the playoffs, apparently. Or RAWR's gonna make it to finals even though they lose in semis. But I actually picked RAWR for the series because I think when it comes down to a mid, like it comes down to two mid-priority teams, I think RAWR just must have a better mid laner, but we'll see. I know 1IQ did win this matchup 2-0 early in the season, but that was a very different RAWR team.
Very different team, but I believe I believe that was after roster changes. So I think Mui was there. Yeah, they definitely played against Mui last time. I believe all the other players changed at the same time. So I believe this is the same lineup.
Did they? You might be right.
Yeah. But we got draft going here. Looks like 1IQ is taking out Silas and Zach in round 1. Zach, not a surprise ban. That's definitely the Doki special. How effective it is sometimes a coin flip, but definitely Doki's most preferred champion.
I will say, very interesting. Insta-lock first pick Yone for RAWR. So they not only do they want that, they want to steal it from 1IQ. 1IQ
yeah, that's a
big
steal.
Yone this season.
Yeah, and it does look like the mid laners are throwing down the gauntlet already. There's nothing more disrespectful than picking the other laners. I don't want to say one trick, but best champion for sure.
Yeah, ace champ. Yeah, I still don't think he's lost a game on Yone this season in Beer League.
We'll see how he fares into it, I suppose.
Yes.
Seeing Corky coming down from 1IQ. Corky's still in a very good space, very strong, and I believe that's a flex pick for them. I think they've been practicing a little bit of that both mid and ADC.
I was gonna say I'm guessing it's actually gonna be Rehe playing in mid lane because Rihi has been practicing it quite a bit. I don't know if Wandering Monarch has been playing it as
I
nearly as
definitely,
much. So I think
I
you can really see it
definitely
early today.
saw Wandering Monarch getting quite a few games of it a couple weeks ago, and I believe he had one earlier today as well. So I think it's a definite flex pick for them, though I think it's interesting. RAWR banning the Seraphine, which is what they prefer to take as ADC bot lane when they do these flex picks for on the 1IQ side. When they throw in ADC mid, they like to have that Seraphine ADC. So I think RAWR banning that out might push this Corki into the ADC slot for 1IQ. That's my prediction.
That's a good point. That is a good point.
RAWR coming down with Udyr on Doki. That's a definite Doki pick.
Oh, 100%.
He do be liking those tanks where he can maybe not get punished for an overextend. Can't blame him on that one.
Yes.
I'm with him there.
Yes, you and Doki have actually pretty similar jungle champ pools.
All right, well, let's stop drawing comparisons there before I have to reevaluate my life. And the Rel coming down for 1IQ, they just practiced this, I think, in the last game they played right before this match, actually. And in that match, they did have that Corki mid, so we definitely could still see that flex pick.
Yes, I do know that Super Noob does play. I believe I've seen him play Rel a few times, which is a good pick. I actually like Rel a lot, and it works really well with the type of kind of all-in comps that 1IQ likes to play.
Yeah, and a definite very big all-in comp so far with an Amumu Rel Corki. So
absolutely,
we will see how that goes. The disengage really isn't terrible from RAWR so far. Yone can get in, get out. Udyr very good at surviving for a long time and getting out. Ashe ult good for engage, good for disengage. So so far I'm not really getting pulled either way as far as who's winning draft.
Well, I find the Wukong pick just now very interesting. Does Sleepy Panda play Wukong?
That is actually I don't want to ruin the surprise, but that's gonna be a Corki ADC and a Wukong mid. Wukong
Really?
is a Richie pick,
That would
and
be the
I will
craziest thing I've ever
say
seen. Okay.
Wukong into Yone is some good tech. Wukong's passive makes him absolutely brutal to deal with for a heavy AD comp. So I do like to see that Mordekaiser pick coming in. We'll see if they lock that in for RAWR. Oh, nope, switching it up to a Malphite, a Mordekaiser.
Oh, no, you're behind, bro.
Cassante?
I already locked in the Mordekaiser. And then Pop.
Well, I'm looking at the Twitch stream, sorry.
That's what I'm saying. That's why you're behind.
Yeah. I'm staying with the people here, all right?
Behind.
All right, they did lock the Mordekaiser. The Mordekaiser is a good pick. You don't want to have a too heavy AD comp into a Wukong, or he will just go absolutely to town on everyone. But yeah, that is going to be a Corki ADC and a Wukong mid. Sleepy Panda pulling the Kennen top, something he's had a lot of success with this season so far already. So we'll see if that continues. Kennen into Mordekaiser seems not terrible, so not a bad matchup there. Jungle matchup, I'm feeling fairly even. Dunny's a 2-point versus Doki's a 1-point. Pretty standard juggernaut engage type champions from both sides, very common in the jungle and beer league. Corki Ashe though, I feel like that's got to be Corki favored, and I know that Wandering Monarch has a lot of practice on Corki over the past few weeks, so we'll see how the performance there goes. And then we've got a Rel into a Poppy, so definitely people going to be bopping each other on the head a few times.
Oh, for sure. Trevor, I'm afraid you're a little bit off. We only lost to one of these teams that wasn't 1IQ. To be fair, there were extenuating circumstances to our loss with RAWR, and it was a very different team for us back then too, and very different team for them. But I don't know. I just think that everyone expects 1IQ to reach finals. Yeah, it would be funny if they lost in quarters. I agree, Mr. Litz Draco. Totally not biased observer. Not fellow teammate. I actually really like the Wukong mid pick for Rihi. I think that I don't know how Yone beats a Wukong to like 1v1. To be honest, like I think Wukong
Get
just
real
does
fed.
Wukong just does too much damage, and he has enough mobility to like punish Yone for doing stuff.
Yeah, in the extended trades, it's definitely Wukong favored once Wukong stacks up that passive, or if he is able to keep passive up by autoing the wave enough mid. So that's really, I think, for me, going to be the key for Mui, is he's going to have to get an edge in early trades enough to keep Wukong off the wave to keep that passive down, or I don't think he's going to win trades. And then he's just going to have to do those short Wukong burst trades, dash in, get a couple autos, dash back out. Because it's definitely Wukong.
Is that how it works? Is Wukong passive stack on minions? I never even knew that.
It's every auto attack, so similar to like Tryndamere stacking up Rage, or like Volibear passive, how he stacks 5 autos in a row. Wukong passive, I believe, stacks up to 6.
Okay.
I don't know off the top of my.
I thought it was only in champion combat. I didn't know it was worked on minions. That's why.
Oh no, works on everything. Yeah, that's why he has a fairly healthy jungle clear, because he gets that bonus armor as he stacks autos.
I see.
Yep.
Interesting. I do think that Wukong probably won't scale quite as well as the Yone. I do like this Mordekaiser pick a lot for Kill a Kiwi. Mordekaiser's really good against dive comps in general because you can just kind of ult the most dangerous person,
Yep.
kind of kill at play, or ult the least dangerous person and survive, depending on the situation. I do like the Poppy as well because you can body block Mumu Qs. He'll. Well, actually, what happens if you a Mumu Q like a Mumu Q a Poppy that does her little
you'll get grounded at the edge of it.
Okay, but she'll have to, because it stuns you, you'll have to press W before the bandit hits you.
Right? Correct. Yes. Okay, but it's not the fastest projectile in the world. It's definitely pretty easy to hit on with the Poppy.
True, but you can't wait until he's already flying in on you before you press W. You're too late at that point.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's very easy for her to, stand near an ally and activate that when he makes his play.
Exactly.
That's some good counter tech there. I do agree the Mordekaiser pick is pretty good. Though I will say, opens up the possibility of some Wukong monkey business. Get Mordekaiser to ult your clone on accident. Would be pretty nice to see. Wukong clone, great for Ashe ult for engage. Could probably even be fairly effective if Richie's able to time it well against the Yone engage. There's definitely going to be a lot of skill expression in this game, which I think will make this a fun series to watch. So.
Oh yeah. All right. So who the chat? Who do you like for game 1? I think I like RAWR better just because I think they have a lot of good anti-dive tools, and 1IQ obviously is going for the dive comp. But I can also see a situation where 1IQ plays well enough early that they get ahead to the point where it doesn't matter that their comp got countered, right? I like RAWR's comp better, but I could very easily see it going badly for them if they get behind early. So I'll be interested to see how the game goes. Nobody in the chat wants to play the prediction game. Not being very active watchers today.
RAWR banned the best champ. Yep, they banned out that Swain. 1IQ's been practicing quite a bit of Swain.
Well, Swain's actually good now. He was bad back when you guys were arguing about it last time.
he was bad, and then he was good, and then he was bad, and now he's good again. So, yeah, or at least balanced. He's up to like 51% again.
Yeah, they reworked him, and he was bad. And then people were arguing about like, shouldn't ban him, he's terrible. You shouldn't pick him, he's terrible. But then they like buffed everything on him, and now he's good again. So, but it was a good idea to ban Swain though, because I know that 1IQ really likes their unconventional bot lane picks, like Swain and Seraphine and Yasuo and just things to help the dive comp. I'd actually really like to see, assuming if Wandering Monarchs, assuming 1IQ survives this series going forward, or even just going into game 2, obviously they would survive, but I would really like to see Wandering Monarch.
Hopefully their spirit is not crippled so much that they forfeit the series after game 1.
No, I'd really like to see Wandering Monarch like get practice on like Sivir, Like I'm really surprised he hasn't been he
Well,
hasn't been playing
that's a
it.
farming champion, so
Well,
maybe
yeah, but
not in the
it's
old
really easy
wheelhouse.
to farm on. He has really good utility for the team, which is why I'm surprised that we haven't seen him really play that all this season that I'm aware of.
Yeah, and Sivir is a really great, like to your point, utility enablement champ for a team that wants to play very mid-centric as their carry, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sivir's still going to give some good damage, gives everyone that mobility, so I think it could definitely be a good pick. We'll
Yeah.
see what we get next round. We got Simi No Moss in the chat saying RAWR's going to get game one because 1IQ is feeling too cocky. I do think just based on the conversations I've had with 1IQ, I think they're loving their draft. I think they think that they pulled a gotcha with the Wukong into the Yone mid, leaving that up. So I think they are probably feeling very confident right now, but I do think that if Richie gets shut down early, if Mui starts to build any kind of lead on this Yone? I don't know how to say that.
I think it's Yone, but
I think it's Yone, yeah.
yeah.
I do think it's going to come down to the mid lane matchup, which I think surprises no one. So we'll see how that goes.
Yep. And you are going to have to watch watch it in the actual Discord stream now. Otherwise, you're going to be way behind everything you commentate on.
Yep, I'm in the Discord stream
All right, cool.
and the
Just making
Twitch
sure.
stream, so I can keep an eye on everything.
Perfect. It's Yone, not Yone, you idiots. True.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tyler. I appreciate the clarification. Both teams
Well,
looking at just kind of 5-point here. Level 1, they don't want any shenanigans.
yep. Gotta love Dunny in the mid lane, already throwing some emotes, getting things started for us.
Yep.
Oh, and it looks like Mr. Yone is looking for a deep ward.
Sleepy Panda, meanwhile,
Sleepy Panda's getting
flanked by Doki and Mordekaiser, but he should be able to just walk away here.
I'm not sure. Yeah, he's
Okay.
gonna have to flash there. He didn't start his movement ability. Probably started Q on Kennen, so
he actually
forced
he
to.
did start it. I guess he just used it already.
Oh wow.
Okay. All right. Meanwhile, level 1 fights going in. They're not waiting at all. Does make you wonder. I feel like you might want to take the ignite on Wukong if you were going to play like this. But,
oh, and Richie is feeling very confident.
Yep. He's
Love
going right
to see
in.
it.
He is not. He's not waiting around. He's going right for the level 1 all in on the Yone, and it worked to perfection.
And a nice move dashing to the minion because he wasn't quite in range of the actual Yone.
Yep. And then hitting him with the monkey pun in the chat as well. Well done, Rihi. Gets the solo kill and the solo burn. And both junglers starting topside. They're going to be mirroring each other, although Moon was a bit ahead at the moment. Is he supposed to be?
You know, no flame, but historically, Doki is not the fastest clear in the league.
Okay. You play both these champions, so you would know who would do this clear faster.
Well, Amumu absolutely wrecks Raptors, clears it very quickly. Udyr starts a little bit slower, so I would expect Amumu to be a little bit ahead.
Okay.
They'll both finish easily in time for Scuttle Crab spawn. There's no issues there, so overall not really impactful unless they try to get some shenanigans going.
More fighting around here in the mid lane. That's going to be another kill for Rihi. And then this is what I mean. Like, the Wukong early all-in threat is just too high for Yone to deal with.
Yeah.
Like, Yone just does not have the defensive tools to fight that off.
Yeah, and Rihi definitely feeling very good about this draft, feeling very good about this game already.
Okay, and here we go, Jeff. Here's why I was confused. Wukong's passive works on champions or jungle monsters, not minions. So
excuse me. Well, that's what you get talking to a jungle main. I was like, yeah, I always stack his passive. What are you talking about?
I was like, I feel like I would notice it stacked on minions. That would be insane. But no, it does not.
Fair enough. All right.
And so far, Muhi's making me look really dumb for saying I think he's better than Rihi because so far Wukong has given him monkey pun that I can't think of.
Yeah, counterpoint. Mui is so big-brained that he's just making sure that there's a shutdown on that Wukong when he kills him. Could be, maybe.
Boss strategy.
Yeah. Doesn't work as well now that they've made bounties just gold-based, but.
That's true. Looks like we're going to have a bit of a gank coming in here. Doki coming in behind the bot lane for 1IQ. And nice engage here, but 1IQ should be able to just get away with this without having to really...
Yeah, it looks like they're just walking right out. We do have Yone coming down as well, though.
He's trying to eat back and actually gets it off. And Super Noob's going to go down. I feel like Super Noob got very greedy with his flash. He definitely could have survived that play, but he didn't want to blow his flash, and he ends up paying for it. But they do get the in return.
Yeah, I'm not really too worried about that one. I don't think it's too big of a deal. Like keeping that flash, they 1-for-1. She was ignited. It was very close if she was gonna live anyway. Yeah. Another all-in from Richie here in the mid lane coming. It looks like.
Yeah. There's nothing Yon can do.
Yeah,
just too overpowering.
Just getting smacked. Yep. Oh my goodness.
On the top lane, Mordekaiser not quite level 6 yet, so he's not able to fight that gank off. He's gonna go ahead and go down. Lone bright spot there for Team RAWR, but man, this Wukong pick is looking really big brain right now. Like he is.
It's looking pretty nasty.
He is clapping both of Yon's cheeks, and then one on his face as well. So. He just can't deal with that damage. Gank is coming in here on the Wukong, though. He does have the ulti, but Udyr should be able to take him down. He's indeed going to go down. That's going to be a shutdown over to Yone. Lua's going to go in here and try to salvage the play. Is he going to be able to get Yone in return? Yes, he is. Man, he's crying himself to death. And then Rel's going to come here from the side lane as well, and they're going to also pick up the Udyr. So yes, Rihi does go down, but that ends up being a 2-for-1 in their favor.
Yeah. Yeah, an action-packed game so far, which is not traditional gameplay from 1IQ, I would say. But I think Richie at the helm here, he's ready for some action.
Yep.
And it looks like Amumu will be picking up those first 3 grubs for the side of 1IQ.
Nice.
It's a very, very fast grub clear, so nice to see.
It's nice to have a jungle co-caster to notice that sort of thing, because I constantly notice when...
RAWR is making the move on Dragon. 1IQ bot lane is kind of hovering. I have to see if they look to go in here. We do have Amumu and Wukong rotating, but this Dragon's going to go down before they get there, unless this 1IQ bot lane moves in. So this will be a Dragon for Team RAWR.
Yep, they are going to go down and return.
But will they all die for it?
Yep. And they finish off the kill on Doki. Whoop. Nice flash by Wandering Monarch. He needs one more auto attack. Can he get it? No. That's tough.
And not quite. So overall not terrible for RAWR. A Dragon for 1 death is not the worst thing in the world, but can we get a quick gold check? Because it does feel like RAWR bot lane is missing a lot of time in bot lane.
Yeah, they are. About 300 to 400 gold apiece. Yeah, the big difference is obviously in mid lane. Wukong about 1,400 ahead.
Yeah.
But
about half an item so far. Not too bad.
A bit of a hex flash Rel play over the wall here to dive with the Wukong. That's gonna be another kill over to Rihi on the Wukong. And yeah, this has just been a total disaster mid lane so far.
And a very clean dive. That was nice.
Yep, Rihi hitting him with emotes. Well played. Bunny, you jungled for Rihi? Okay. I don't even know what role Bunny plays. I don't know if I've ever actually seen him play League.
I thought he was a professional caster myself, so.
Well, I know
hard
he
to
is,
say.
Obviously. And, meanwhile, Invade going here on the Doki, able to catch out the Udyr at the blue buff here.
And this is what I like to see. Dunny is feeling confident. He is getting in there. He is owning the map. Oh yeah, give me that double kill on Amumu. Beautiful. It is, you know, we're only at 8 minutes, but it is looking fairly doomed for RAWR thus far.
Oh yeah.
1IQ looking very, very big.
Yeah, I will say, as much as I liked some aspect of their team for anti-dive, you know, the Mordekaiser and the Poppy and the Udyr, I really don't like the Yone. Yone's kind of terrible against dive teams. His cons are not going to improve anytime soon. So.
Yeah, I've heard that Yone is not great when he's 1 and 6, but I mean, maybe that's just
even when Yone's doing well, he's bad against dive teams because he's a squishy melee carry, right?
Yeah.
And that's the worst type of champion to be against a dive team because you can't hit anybody without being in threat range. I'm well aware of that as a long-time Yasuo player. There was a lot of times I can't do a damn thing because if I ever walk up to auto attack, I just get CC'd and die.
We see the Eclipse come down on the Wukong already. He's doing some wave freezing, some denying.
I do find the Eclipse first a little interesting. I would have thought he'd maybe go like Driver or something, but I'm going to get interrupted here by this gank, although Corki shows how balanced he is by one-shotting, not popping, no problem.
Yeah, and then dashing into the tower.
Well, I think he was trying to dash onto like the Ashe to get like the W damage, but he went a little too crazy with it. Dashed right into the tower.
Little too deep. Could have potentially traded a little bit more there, but at least getting the one shot on the support first.
Yep, and Super Noob rightly chose to cut his losses and flee. Corki was going down no matter what. No matter what, you might as well save your money. Poor Yone. I mean, I can't feel too bad for Yone because Yone does crap like that to mid laners all the time, but oh boy.
Yeah, I gotta say I'm having a hard time not supporting the 2-point underdog here, who's 6-1. That's
Plus he's picking a he picked something different. Wukong mid. That's a real sizzle. I like it. I like it a lot.
Oh, and Poppy going in, yeeting out the Amumu, and then Ree's still there on the Wukong, turbo fed and ready to kill their jungler.
They did end up yoinking one grub, so it's not going to be the full 6 grubs for IQ.
They did get one, yeah.
Wukong, or Ree's got his emote spam game going strong.
Damn, he is certainly popping off in emotes. Up about 40 CS already, as well as obviously the 6 kills.
You have 2.6k gold lead already.
Yeah.
That is tough. I've never played this matchup in Yone, but I have played it in Yasuo, and it looks about the same as this does. Like, it's totally unplayable. So, if you're a squishy melee against Wukong, you are in for a bad time. But anyway, one IQ is going in for their first dragon here. I don't know if RAWR's going to really be able to do anything, even if they try to... I mean, yeah, when mid's losing this hard, it's hard to contest any objective, right? So... Ooh. Almost a very nice Ashe ulti on the Wukong, but it misses, and then Yone ulted to try to follow up, but he had to immediately flash away because the Ashe didn't hit. However, he is able to kite it out, and then with the help of the Meteor, finish up the kill on the Wukong. So that's going to be another shutdown over to Yone. But the bot lane for 1IQ is here being degenerate and killing him.
Yeah.
Is there anything more tilting than having a bot lane chase you across the entire map to kill you?
Yeah.
And, like, they don't even, like, lose anything meaningful for it either. Like, that is just peak not fun League of Legends.
I mean, RAWR is down there. Plates are still up, so they're getting some good gold on their bot lane there.
That's true.
It's not unpunished.
They didn't get that third plate, though.
Oh, no. That's a feels bad. And now there's a giant monkey running at them.
Yep. I hate when people shove their giant monkey in my face.
Yeah. I was waiting to see if Richie would get a little too confident and just take the 2v1.
I thought he might. A bit of a fight breaking out here between the mid jungle of RAWR and the bot lane of 1IQ, but Corki once again showing just how balanced Corki is at the moment. They're able to take the Udyr down, and Yone's going to go ahead and try to do something here, but they're just too far away, and now the rest of 1IQ showing up. They're saying, hey, what are you doing here? You're not allowed to keep playing and playing the game. He's going to go ahead and go down again as well.
Yeah.
I will give Yone credit. He's running that 10 death power spike. He's almost there.
Well, and he's still having threat. I mean, that was real threat that he was gonna get a kill or two there, you know. But 1IQ is definitely very much all on the same page across the team about where the focus is and who they need to keep shut down. So.
Yeah. To your point, Trevor. I mean, yeah, Mui doesn't know how to play safe, but playing safe against a Wukong in lane is like impossible because he could just fake that he's gonna stealth at you like every time it's up, right? And you have to respect it because if you buy his bluff one time, he'll actually just do it and you'll lose after HP. And then you don't get to play the lane anymore. So it's just insanely difficult to play the lane. You can't fight him when he goes in on you ever. So
it looks like Rello just walked straight out here.
In the game, the Rift Herald.
Doki do be loving them Rift Heralds. Yep. Confirmed.
Yep.
1IQ is moving into contest now.
They have a numbers advantage.
3v2, they've got a big monkey here.
Yeah, nice Rel ulti into the Cannon ulti in Champions State, I can't remember. But so far, yeah, I mean, this fight's actually looking better for...
yeah, it's just monkey time now, though.
Monkey time, yep.
Yeah, that is a big fed monkey. Meanwhile, Wandering Monarch taking the 2v1 bot, easily killing both of them.
Once again, Corky
oh my god.
You remember
this champion is not legal.
Do you remember when, like a while back, when Corky was like a scaling mid laner, and now he's like an ADC that just runs around one-shotting people early game?
Yeah.
Like it is wild. Corky does so much damage.
The damage is just insane.
Big rocket, 472 physical damage. That is crazy. Save the mental, RAWR, just reset and focus on game 2. I mean, that's not a bad argument, to be honest. But fortunately, you're not supposed to surrender in beer league, which is a rule we're familiar with because we surrendered that a couple times on our first team. But anyway. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what you do at this point if you're RAWR. Like, you can't win any fight because of how large the gold gap in mid is, up to about 4,000 just there alone. And the thing about these dive comps that 1AQ likes to run is that once you get like that critical level of a lead, it's almost impossible to play against. You just one-shot everything. And you not a
at
lot
this
of
point, I think it's just waiting for 1IQ to hopefully make a mistake. Start a 20-minute Baron and get chunked, you know, something like that, where RAWR can then make a play. I mean, I think their strategy is the same as it was at the start of the game, which is get gold on Mui and let him do stuff. But now they really have to work to get those opportunities, and unfortunately against 1IQ, your odds of just getting to pick one person out and get a quick kill and leave is relatively low, as we see 4 of them A-ramming down mid.
No, one thing I will give 1IQ is that they have very good team coordination to be in the same place at the same time.
And here we see them again collapsing. Oh, but this is an interesting look from RAWR. I don't think this is a good play with the gold differential they're facing, but...
Yeah, I like the idea of it if the game was more even, but, well...
Well, and Ashe wasn't even in that fight, so RAWR's just going to get instantly cleaned up. I think RAWR was going for the Mordekaiser ults the Amumu and they steal the dragon angle, and then just hope that they can stack enough dragons, but Dunny doing a good job securing the objective before he could get ulted out. And
the Wukong clone? I didn't even see. That's what Zesty Queso was saying. It might have. I know that if this matchup is actually really annoying for Mordekaiser, not just because of that, but because the Wukong can just hold his clone, and if you try to ult him, Wukong can just press the clone button and like cancel Mord's ulti.
Yep.
So that's actually like it's a Mordekaiser favorite matchup in general, but that particular mechanic is very irritating. Yeah, 1IQ up to about an 8k gold lead. Baron will be up here in about a minute and a half. I imagine this game will probably be wrapped up here pretty soon, but we shall see. Some beer league teams have shown a propensity for struggling to close out games. Gotta get that clone out of the team fight. Good thinking. Don't want that clone wreaking havoc.
I mean, hey, the clone does get the Wukong ult as well, so...
It's true, it does damage, it gets a knockup.
It activates on his Qs,
I mean,
it activates on his ult.
In terms of overall threat, the Wukong clone might be a bigger threat than the Yone at the moment, but... Which sounds really mean to say, but it might be true.
At least for a second or two while he's casting
Yeah,
abilities.
yeah,
Okay,
right.
I think you can make the argument.
Poor Yone. I've been
Poor
there, my
Yone.
friend. People pick cheesy bruisers against you mid lane. I've been there.
Trevor's got the logic in the chat with teleports, except for the fact that there's the same number of teleports on each team. But
True. True. Yeah, but if only RAWR had 5 teleports, then they'd be winning.
I will say, very surprised to see Doki taking a movement-based summoner spell. I was hoping for an
he has
ignite.
Ghost. That's like shockingly normal for him in the jungle.
Yeah, that's the meta for Udyr. So
You know, no, I can't. That would be too mean. I'm not gonna say it.
nope, keep it on the inside.
No, I'm good. Good. Doki coming in from the back, but
He's on the back of 3 of them. Yep.
And they turned around and gave him right back.
Yep.
So I feel like 1IQ should probably just be rushing down the Baron right now. It's not like
with the Udyr dead and no one able to walk in.
Yeah, they're gonna go for this Mordekaiser instead, which is an interesting choice. But
not terrible. Take another person off the map.
Yeah, except they're not gonna get him because he's just gonna ult the cannon and walk away.
Fair enough.
So they're wasting a lot of time. Like the Baron could be killed right now. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, it could definitely be
1IQ, I know you played great. You're up 9,000 gold right now. You've done a phenomenal job this game, but I still gotta find opportunities to flame you when I can. Like, right? This could be a Baron push. That's all I'm saying.
Or it could be a T1 top push. Also good.
No, you could be pushing with the Baron. That's what I'm saying.
I know. I'm just playing. Yeah, I think they could have taken it for sure. I think they generally try to not. They're feeling very confident, but they're being disciplined. They're not trying to throw it away on a bad play. So can't flame too hard for that. Richie will come in now and absolutely murder everyone, as to be expected on the 15-2 Wukong.
Yeah.
I love the lethality Hydra choice because he's so far ahead.
Oh yeah, plus it lets him, not only does it a lot extra burst, but it'll help you nuke waves instantly so you can rotate faster everywhere.
Yep. He is speed running in the map right now for sure.
Yep, and now 1IQ is going to test this Baron. And yeah, they should just get this for free. I don't see any way that RAWR could easily test this down 10,000 gold.
Yep, and it doesn't look like they're going to attempt it, so... We will see 4th Drake of the game spawning here just right after Baron goes down, so 1IQ, I'm guessing, will just rotate right over and take that next.
Also, this just totally off topic, but this is the 3rd or 4th time I've seen someone take Conqueror on Corki, which makes me think it's not an accident. And I'm just wondering what exactly is the rationale for it. Like, are you really stacking this fast enough for it to be worth it? Like, I feel like you're one-shotting people, like, what's the point of this? But I've seen it enough times to assume that I have to assume that it's intentional, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think the healing is good in the extended fight. Does he get multiple stacks for if he hits his AoE abilities? Because he does have several AoE abilities.
I mean, maybe his E stacks it multiple times.
Yeah, I'm sure the E stacks it for like every tick.
814 damage. Oh my god.
Yeah. Yep, quite a bit.
Yeah.
I see Conqueror, and then I see Hail of Blades is the other one. I think I see quite a bit on Corki.
Hail of Blades makes sense to me because you're kind of like a burst champion. You're going in, you're popping people, or that makes sense to me, especially if you pair it with what is that? Sudden Impact for that extra damage. Look at this rank 2W 722 damage. Why? Yeah. Like, why is it stronger than a Rumble Ultimate?
Yep, he's got over 1,500 damage on 2 abilities.
Yep.
That's pretty good. Yep. It's not looking very good for Curbs. Rel is just walking straight through the tower. Yeah, 1IQ, rightly so, gets to kind of just walk down the rest of this game. I don't know if anyone in the chat has the tech on how RAWR wins this. Please share.
DDoS.
That? Yeah, make him run out of pause time eventually, I
Yeah,
suppose.
you just DDoS Corky and Wukong could probably win.
Oh, you gotta get two of them.
You gotta get
Okay.
both of them.
You
If
gotta
you
get
don't
the
get,
3v5 at this point. Got
oh
it?
yeah, no, I mean if you only DDoS one of them, I'm pretty sure the other one can still carry the team. So it has to be both.
Yeah. And it looks like Mui's gonna get very, very caught here.
Yeah.
Not that he's worth a whole ton of gold, but
Yeah, I mean,
does not get the tower.
oh, that is rough. And Dragon Soul for 1 and 2 is about to come out. It's gonna come in about 2 minutes, so I imagine that will be the end of it. You get the Dragon Soul, you get the Baron Nashor, and they'll probably push to end. I'm assuming that's what's gonna happen, but we'll see.
Yeah, if the game goes that long, I mean, I think they could probably push and end it right now if they really put their minds to it, but...
Also that, yeah.
And Dunny's taking the engage. No, I'm
just
just
kinda
gonna zone him
wanted to
out
push
so we
through
can
your alpha tower, yeah.
see the Ash arrow come in.
Ooh, just barely misses on the Poppy, but Poppy's gonna walk right into this uber fed Corky. Okay, Wonder Fire, buddy, you could have killed that. Fine. Show some gumption, sir! Could have killed that Poppy very easily, but that's okay. Doesn't want to take any risks. I understand.
Yeah, and then he dashes forward at them. So I don't know. I don't know about that.
You hesitated then. One or the other. What is Pop?
Unfortunately
did I forget about Corky's passive for the one where 20% bonus true damage on top of everything else. 117 extra true damage on a crit. That is disgusting.
Yeah, it's a little gross. Unfortunately for RAWR, the game is so far gone at this point that even 1 IQ making mistakes become not mistakes, right?
Yeah, I
mean, like, they're just so big.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, the Wukong gold lead up to about 6,000 just by himself. So, and then another few thousand here and there between all the other roles. Yeah,
I will say, to Curbs' credit, over on the side of RAWR ADC, doing his best to stop the bleeding. He's got great CS, 1 death. I mean, he's doing what he can, which in this case is not a lot, but respect that for sure.
I do wonder, I mean, maybe this is like how you have to build Ashe now, but I feel like this build does no damage, right? Like you have two non-crit items and then a Phantom Dancer. Like, yeah, you have a lot of attack speed, but Ashe isn't really an attack speed champ. She kind of is, but not like the way like a Vayne is or a Cog is. So I don't know. Maybe that's just how you have to play Ashe. But I don't know. I feel like the Ashes I see don't do any damage in this build. I've seen this build more than once, so that might be part of the problem.
Oh no, the fail flash. He'll have to wait 3 extra seconds to get the kill.
Yeah. And yeah, I don't think it matters either way. This isn't meant to be like, Curb, you suck, or anything like that. But this is more just meta commentary on Ashe as a champion. Like, I don't know. I feel like you just have to bite the bullet and go, like, into the edge and stuff like that. But I don't know. I could be totally off base. I don't play ADC anymore, so...
And Donovan just going straight in, starting what will be Dragon Soul for 1 IQ. Gets an Ashe ult to the face, makes him cry all over the place.
100% ratio.
And that'll be a soul for 1 IQ. And we got Baron coming up here in, what, 30 seconds?
Yep.
Give or take? Where's the objective timers at?
Actually trying to get a solo kill on the Kennen here, but Kennen able to pop his Seeker's Arm Guard to survive long enough for 1 IQ to come and save him.
Can you put up objective timers?
They're on the right one here.
Oh, I'm blind. Excuse me.
It's all good. They're a little easy to not notice if you don't know what to do on this world. But, you know, 1 IQ is going to grab this. They're going to get easily.
Yeah.
Now, does Corky have crit ratios? I wonder if they gave him that because they like to do that. She has to crit, but nope. It's just passive, I guess.
I don't know. I stay out of the ADC tech. That's a terrible role that no one should play.
Well, they keep changing it too. Like I played ADC last beer league season, but they've changed everything since then. So I don't know. I don't know what's good. Least worst soul for RAWR winnable.
Is that best soul for RAWR? Question mark.
Least worst? What was that sound? What sound? I didn't hear anything.
I didn't hear anything. I don't know.
Yeah,
But I have the stream muted, so hard to say.
yeah, I did not hear anything. ADC is such a good role that every time I queue it, I never get filled because nobody queues for it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, this I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. I think this one may be cooked.
Yeah, I mean,
We may have finally just barely just now reached that point where it's cooked.
yeah, right. Definitely wasn't cooked. Definitely wasn't cooked 25 minutes ago.
No, definitely
when
not.
Wukong was 4-0. Nope.
Yeah.
But yeah, Wukong Puck looked absolutely genius. They baited out the Yone early and then picked up super hard. Clearly like an impossible matchup for the Yone if you don't really know what you're doing. And I guess Mui either, one, he wasn't prepared. I don't think he has bone plating, does he? Oh yeah, he does. Even with bone plating, he still loses to Wukong that hard level 1. That is wild. Yeah, they're just gonna go ahead and
Oh, Dunny with the flash engage, and that should end it.
Yep, put the game to bed.
Yeah.
GG game 1 for Team 1IQ. Very dominant performance, especially by Mr. Monkey Man. Very genius pick on Wukong mid. Look forward to seeing how both teams try to adapt to that going into game 2. I assume RAWR will just ban it because they don't want to deal with that nonsense again.
Yeah.
Especially since Mui likes to play a lot of these kind of squishy melee mid laners. So I assume that they will just ban the Wukong this time, but we'll see.
Well, I will say, caster prediction of a RAR win for this series is looking a little sus.
To be fair, I did pick them to win 2-1. So I did
Okay.
give I did give
Okay.
1IQ their one win.
Still on track then, just how you drew it up.
Yeah,
I will say
deny.
the 38-8 is looking a little bit one-sided, a lot more one-sided than I personally expected. I also had this as a 2-1 for 1IQ, not for RAR, but I did have it as a 2-1. So I was expecting it to be a fairly competitive series, and that was definitely not what we just witnessed. So we'll see. We'll see if RAR can bring the tech in game 2.
Yep. I will say, just in my experience on watching them, I will say RAR is generally one of the better drafting teams in terms of like adapting to what their opponents are doing. I remember they stole my Morgana twice when we played them, and that was very annoying to me. So I'll be interested to see how they choose. If anyone's good at adapting to drafts, it'll be them. So I fully expect them to ban the Wukong going this time, but they won't. They won't make the mistake of leaving it open twice, will they? There's no way.
I don't know. I don't know. I guess we'll see here in a minute.
Yep. And they're just waiting for the teams to get going, and we'll go ahead and turn the channel5.com. We're waiting for draft here. Do you think they pick Yone again and ban Wukong, or do they ban Yone and go something completely different? I think they ban Wukong because even if you like, well, Mui also plays a lot of champions that are similar to Yone. Like I know he plays Akali, I know he plays Yasuo, and they will have the exact same problem against Wukong. So I think Wukong just destroys like any squishy melee champion that doesn't have like a really good like disengage ability, and that's a lot of what Mui plays. So I think you have to ban the Wukong here now that you know that Ryi can play it and do really well in it. I think you have to ban it. And yeah, Trevor, I like the evolving strategy too, and this best of series, but a lot of teams just don't really do it, you know? Like a lot of teams, they like their draft plan, they stick with it from game to game, they prefer to just, you know, let's just micro better or whatever, but sometimes you see something spooky enough that you have to change up. Like when we played against, what was it, Team ABW? a few weeks ago, and they busted out the Corki when he was even more balanced than he is now. And they absolutely clapped us game 1. And my immediate reaction to that was, okay, we got to ban the fucking Corki because we're not doing that bullshit again. And we ended up winning that series. So if they show you something busted in Beer League, you just have to throw a ban at it. You have to change your plan. Imagine changing bans based off of one game. Hey, if you lose game 1, you have to change your bans. Or if you lose game 2, it's the same thing. It's over. It gets scary when the thing that is busted is a summoner spell. 100% correct, Trevor.
Yeah, I'm with that. if I could ban teleport, oof.
Right? No teleports allowed. You can just play better. I mean, in theory. Now, if Mui has a good pick he feels comfortable to play against the Wukong, then yeah, you can just do that instead. Like, I can think of some champions I could play that could be good against Wukong in mid lane, but Mui's champion pool, based on what I know about it, is very squishy melee heavy, and Wukong just shits on all of those. So there might be a trade deal to be made. If we don't take teleports, they can't ban our champions. I mean, I think I'm more scared of your TPs than your champions, to be honest. Like, what champions am I afraid of that you guys are gonna pick? Maybe Alawi top, Kha'Zix jungle. So are you still here, Jeff?
Yeah, I'm here. You've just been.
I've been blabbing nonstop. I didn't know if you were actually here.
I caught you monologuing, so I was just enjoying it.
No, that's fair. It's fair. It looks like we're gonna keep the sides for game 2 here. Based on how they're lined up in the lobby, although I haven't gotten a spectator link until right when I said that.
I will say I would absolutely love to see the Wukong ban, see RAWR run it back on the Yone first pick, and just see Mui go absolutely crazy. The redemption arc would do it for me for sure.
Oh, definitely, 100%. All right, we got the draft link open. We'll go ahead and switch over to draft tab, and we'll give 1IQ their 1 victory so far. And we'll go on here on the game 2 draft.
Running back the Seraphine ban.
Running back the Swain ban as well. So far, no adjustment by Team RAWR.
And that was Zach for 1IQ. Did they ban Silas last game? I
believe they
banned
did,
Zach.
Yeah, I know they banned Zach. I believe they banned Silas as well. I seem to remember that.
So they may be looking for an Amumu pick again in the jungle.
Yeah, they did. They had the exact same ban so far.
Usually,
come on, RAWR, do the right thing. Ban Wukong. Uber is overpowering cast a little bit. Yeah, okay. Okay, let me turn it down. Okay, so RAWR deciding to go ahead and ban the Yone this time and leave the Wukong open. I found that choice very interesting.
Yeah.
And
yeah. Well, maybe Mui saying, hey, you know what? I don't want to play this champion just to cheese. Like, let me actually just play what I'm comfortable on.
No, that's fair. I just wouldn't leave the Wukong open. I still wouldn't. I mean, he's already immediately hovering it.
Yeah. I don't think they're gonna lock a Wukong early. Yeah, there you go. They're gonna swap it out. Wukong does struggle significantly against more tidy AP based comps. So I don't think if Richie doesn't have that AD matchup mid that he doesn't know that he's gonna get that, I don't think they're gonna take the Wukong. And that's going to be a Vi for Donovan. He's been practicing that a little bit. Excited to see Vi with her new balance changes. Got a little buff to her passive shielding here last patch.
No, don't get deked out, bro. It's going to be Assassin Vi mid on Rehe.
No. No, definitely not.
That would be a bridge too far, I think, at that point.
Yeah.
That's basically just worse Wukong, I think.
And they could still be flexing this Corki. 1IQ is able to flex the Corki. I just don't know what they put Wandering Monarch on with Swain and Seraphine banned. So I would expect the Corki to be going bot again.
It's true. I mean, he looked perfectly good on it last game.
Yep, it did look good. It did look good.
And RAWR is going to go ahead with the Hui this time, presumably a Hui mid. That is probably a pretty good pick against the Wukong, because you could fear him away.
Yep.
You just have to be quick on it, or when you realize that Wukong is going in on you, you can pop your shield down yourself and absorb and mitigate a lot of that burst, and then fear him away, and then blop him. Because
yeah, and RAWR overall a big AP heavy, team fight heavy, AoE CC based comp. So a very good looking classic beer league comp. And so far, 1IQ does not have any like hyper tanks. So the heavy AP damage might not be an issue, even if they pick even potentially one more. I will say, I think into this much AP, I would expect to see a perhaps a TK pick for Mr. Sleepy Panda in the top lane, who would absolutely love to face down an Amumu Maokai Hui.
No, so. I will say that this Poppy could be flex top and then just stack AP or then stack MR.
Yeah,
so that is a potential play against a heavy AP team, because Poppy gets like a bunch of extra resistances anyway, especially when she's low. So if you have a very heavy AP team, that's up there with killing a Mundo in terms of killing a champion that gets to just itemize against one damage type. So I assume RAWR won't go full AP, and I assume that it won't be Sleepy Panda playing in top lane, but it is technically a flex pick.
Yeah, I do think that that's most likely going to be a Poppy support. I do think Super Noob has played that a good amount, so expecting to see that for them. But Poppy, good against the Amumu, good against the Maokai. You know, there's definitely potential to flex it.
Although I will say that I don't think Poppy W actually works on Maokai W, because Maokai goes untargetable. So I don't think that actually works. I'm not 100% on that.
Let me double check.
So I know Maokai goes untargetable during the dash, so it might still go through anyway. I'm actually not 100% sure how that interaction goes. Interesting, it's going to be an Echo lock-in for 1IQ. That's presumably Rihi on the Echo mid. That's a very interesting pick. I like it. I don't think he's played it all season, but that I'm aware of, but I like the pick.
The Echo was getting practiced right before this series started, so they've got at least one game on it.
I do know that 1IQ, they don't want to get bounced in the rank one or bounced here in round one, and they want to have a whole new strategy ready to go if we play them again next week. So they've been experimenting with stuff, which is smart. Everybody's trying to cook stuff up for the playoffs. Of course, we have our own stuff that we're not going to spoil here because we're trying to win. But but every team worth their salt in the playoffs is going to have some new strategies ready to go. Oh, this is interesting. Is this going to be a Hui bot lane or a Hui? It must be a Hui bot lane then, right? With a Galio mid. I'm assuming that's what's happening here. Instead of Alawi.
Yeah, it's definitely
with Alawi.
Possible.
That must be it, right? So Hui Maokai bot. Okay, so yeah, very heavy AP comp except for the Alawi. So
yeah.
And then Trundle last pick here to try to match split push with split push for 1IQ. That's probably a good call. I think Trundle's one of the few champs that can go toe to toe with an Alawi.
Yeah, and potentially win. Yeah.
Yeah. So I like that pick. Go ahead and tell the teams that we're ready to get started here.
Yeah, I do think that RAWR did some spicy stuff with this draft. That's
yeah, I was
a lot of unexpected stuff for me here, but I worry about not having an ADC in the comp at all. But they have so much engage and so much ability to get on you that it might just work out.
Oh yeah, for sure. I do like showing the Hui and then going into the Galio instead.
Yeah.
Because Galio is a very good anti-dive champ, both if he's there at the beginning because he can taunt people and stuff, or to ult in afterwards. And they kind of baited it out by making him think it was the Hui mid. So I like that pick. I do like the Alawi as well, because if the Alawi is grouping, obviously Alawi is one of the scariest champs in the game to dive into in a team fight, because it turns into a hentai.
Oh, there's kids in this channel. Get out of here.
Should have been watching anyway. I've said fuck like 3 times during the stream. If you're a kid, get out.
Yeah, it's honestly, I think I'm gonna give the draft edge to RAWR here, even though the no ADC in the comp makes me anxious. Like, their team fight dive is really disgusting. Like, if 1IQ falls into the trap of just taking team fights straight up and mashing 5 champions into 5 champions, I think they lose. They really have to play some kind of poke and disengage and look for angles, which is traditionally not how this team operates. So we'll see if they can adjust their gameplay and their behavior, but I think RAWR actually drafted very, very well for what they expect to be playing against.
Yeah, interestingly, Trevor seems to really disagree with you. He says he likes the spiciness of RAWR's flexes, but they got gapped in the draft. So interesting. He seems to very much disagree. I'm not sure if I agree with Trevor. I think I agree more with you. Like, who's Vi gonna go in on this team for RAWR? Hui, maybe?
Yeah, but even, I mean, you ult in, you got a Maokai, a Mumu, Galio just using every ability in the book to peel you.
Yeah. I do worry RAWR having a little bit of a DPS issue if the fights go longer, but yeah, I mean, I don't know.
But I actually expect that this Galio mid is going to be a pretty much full AP Galio, because it's still incredibly tanky, and it actually gets you pretty decent damage generation. So if this is Mui mid on Galio, I definitely expect something with a little bit more kill threat, a little bit more aggressive gameplay. And really, I think the disconnect for 1IQ is not necessarily the draft itself, but how they are going to play the game, right? Donovan is going to look to get picks and go in because he's on Vi, and I think he's going to get overextended, and I think they're going to get punished for that.
True. No, Bunny is saying the Vi doesn't have to ult in because 1IQ can play his front to back easily. I think if the Corki does get going, I do agree with that. If the Corki gets a lead and pops off, yeah, he could shred all of this, no problem. So, and especially because RAWR doesn't really have an ADC to match that. So I agree with that. I think if Corki gets going, this tanky comp for RAWR will look a lot less tanky in a hurry.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, I think that RAWR bot lane versus 1IQ bot lane, I think I take RAWR. And I think that got a little bit out of whack last game because obviously we had a gigantic monkey in the mid lane roaming everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, there was a lot of kill threat, but even in a 38-8 game, RAWR's bot lane had 5 deaths, right? They weren't doing they're not getting stomped, right? So I think in this instance, Galio nullifying the potential for Rihi to just absolutely pop off lets RAWR bot lane actually play the game, and to be honest, I expect them to win that.
Yeah, and because mid got snowballed so hard so early in favor of 1IQ, it's really hard to judge how anybody else in the rest of the game is doing, because this Wukong is a complete force of nature, right? Yeah. And it's hard to like any play he goes to, 1IQ is going to win basically. So it's really hard to judge how well is the rest of 1IQ playing if all they have to do is wait for Wukong to show up and kill everyone. Or how well is RAWR playing if they automatically lose any fight that Wukong shows up to? At that point, it's hard to judge. And I will say I didn't notice this during the draft, but RAWR did ban Wukong in the second round here. So they clearly were afraid of it a little bit, and that was the risk of holding it for 1IQ, is that if they wanted to play it again and they tried to wait till the second round, it was just going to get banned.
But I don't think they were looking to play it here anyway. I mean, they've got Corki, Vi, Poppy, Trundle. They've got 4 AD. I think they were picking AP mid regardless. So
yeah, true. I think Wukong mid can beat a lot of AP Wukong I can't speak. Wukong mid can beat a lot of APs too if they don't have like a straight line skill shot that's a hard CC to like make him not go in. You know, it's like if you're playing like Vel'Koz or something, and Wukong can just go in on you whenever, and yeah, you'll get retaliation damage, but you'll lose the trade. So.
Well, we're very wrong according to chat. Bunny saying that Vi passive shred is gonna destroy armor on all the beefy boys on RAWR, and then Porky and Trundle are gonna pop off, which is true, 100%. I agree with you, except for I think this Vi is gonna get one shot every single time that she engages. So that's
Yeah.
my counter prediction. But if she lives long enough to actually get 3 auto attacks off, I think you could very well be right.
Well, there's a lot of dissent in the chat as well, so I like that. It's kind of less fun when everyone agrees, like, oh, they beat X in draft or Y in draft or whatever. Like, I like that there's a lot of disagreement here. Trevor saying 1IQ won this draft hard, but I think that's a wild thing to say. Like, the only thing I think the only justification you can make for saying that is because you got Corky and they don't have an RAWR doesn't have an ADC. But I feel like a Hui Maokai lane can beat up a regular ADC lane really hard. So they just have to not get cheese all in by the Corky early, and they should be gravy.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely gonna depend on how they play the matchups. I think both teams have the tools to win the game, but I think from this game I need to see 1IQ willing to disengage fights, willing to walk away, willing to not just take the straight up 5v5.
Especially if the Alawi's there. That's Alawi's going to want to be splitting. That's kind of what she does. But in the event that Alawi there is in the fight, you have to be extremely careful about engaging into an Alawi. You know, once that ult goes off, you know, you have a 2 or 3 seconds to get out of there before your whole team gets wiped. So you just have to. The Rombo's huge, but they lose any long fights. I mean, yeah, I agree with that. Jarrett, the lack of DPS for RAWR is definitely an issue, but if you have enough burst, it doesn't matter. So we shall see.
Yeah, but they are gonna need a lead on one of their carries this game for sure.
Yep.
So unfortunately, with what their picks are, it's most likely going to be Hui that needs to be ahead. But I mean, a big Amumu does work here as well. I don't know that I expect to see that, but it does work. Amumu passive, MR shred plus an abyssal mask, which is pretty meta for Amumu as either second or third item, can really help with any MR stacking from the side of 1IQ. So there's tools for both teams. I think there's risks for both teams as well, but we'll see what we get.
Absolutely. All right, let me switch over here. Oh, that's not the right one. There we go. And we're just waiting for the actual game to load. And Doki right back to his normal summoner, Ignite in the jungle.
Oh, well, hold on. I need to change my predictions.
And that's going to be a TP on the Hui bot, which is not unusual. Usually, you'll very often see mages that go bot take TP, because once you run out of mana, you're sad. Yeah, here we go. I will say, the Alawi
looks like 1IQ is stacking.
Yeah. Well, 1IQ is 5 pointing. RAWR is doing something spooky here.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I got my teams reversed. Excuse me.
But they're gonna, if they walk down to this river, they're gonna find this Trundle chilling in the bush.
Yeah, and they have potentially position for it, but
yeah, fortunately they're a little too.
Oh no! Here it comes, and Sleepy Panda's already stepping up, and that's gonna be a first blood for RAWR. Oh no!
That's gonna be first blood over to the Galio.
And the CC chain is already popping off. Wow.
They didn't even have to blow anything. They didn't even have to use Doki's Ignite.
Yep, Doki's still using the Ignite. Huge advantage early game.
Yep. I do find the tier start on Alawi interesting. That's not a, is that a thing you're supposed to do
Yep,
now?
I'm not. I don't think that's a thing, but I'm not a top lane enjoyer, so maybe I'm wrong. But
I
it
don't think
seems very bad to me.
yeah, I'm questioning it, but I mean, RAWR already here with the 500 gold lead, so
Yep, huge,
yep, stomp the
huge.
count, stomp the
Honestly, I
count.
think the
RAWR's
only
won.
thing I'd love to see more than a tier first item is maybe like a glowing moat start.
Oh
That would be
wow,
pretty
Galio just
clutch.
going for asserting his dominance in this mid lane right away, just walking
See, and
the lane.
this is what I'm talking about. Galio has the damage, and
Yeah,
he's already got Dark Seal first item. I mean,
yep,
this is going to be an AP Galio, and I'm calling it now. It's going to cook. Mui
yeah.
is
I wouldn't
not
be
happy about getting the business last game.
yeah, I wouldn't be shocked to see him go like the magic Sunfire item. But other than that, he'll probably go AP. Yeah,
Trevor predicting the Infinity Edge Galio right now. Love to see it. Oh, and
perfect.
Mui taking a very long fight at level 1. I don't know about that.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
seemed a little sus to me, but alright.
Meanwhile, very interesting clear here by Doki. Did he walk? Did he get here late? It's like he started
Uh,
Raptors, but he's
that's pretty
way
normal.
behind.
Amumu shreds raptors with E, so...
I know start. I mean, starting
Oh,
Raptors is
he took...
normal.
No, it's because he took Q start. He took Q start for the invade
Oh,
top.
okay.
He doesn't have E, so he's got QW. He just took E now.
That explains it.
Looks like he's going to be pulling a gank bot. We should be watching that. Yep.
Yep. Yep.
Here we
Poppy
go.
doesn't have her W yet, so he's not going to be able to actually stop
Oh,
the
but
snare.
hits the knock away.
Yep.
Save Wandering Monarch.
Yep.
And now they're almost looking for a kill on Doki. They ignite him early a little bit.
Yeah,
And if they had waited for one more auto, that might have been a kill for him.
Yeah, they don't have the best all-in threat with a level 2 Quay as the bot-lane carry, and now Vi's coming.
No, but here's Vi coming. And she's a little bit out of range. Not quite in range to get the flash Q off. Yeah, Super Noob with a clutch, not having the W to stop the dash, using his E to knock Doki away from the Corki.
Smart.
Yep,
Meanwhile,
well played there.
Yeah, Dunny's trying to get in here, but Maokai being smart, using his saplings to prevent ganks.
Yeah, why buy wards when you can just play Maokai, really?
Right, exactly. See, you saved 75 gold.
And Super Noob posturing really aggressively here,
Yeah, like
way in front of the wave. I'm not sure why.
I mean, he's got
RAWR's bot lane.
Vibe, but yeah, he just walks into another sapling, so.
Yeah,
Another
they found
gank
another
averted.
sapling. All right. So far, RAWR bot lane has stopped 3 ganks in 4 minutes. Looking good.
Did Galio kill Echo here at some point? I guess he must have. I totally missed that.
I totally missed it too, but looks like it.
Man,
I'm telling you,
we're good.
Mui's not having it. He is going the MR Sunfire item first, it looks like, which is pretty standard for mid Galio. Gives a lot of wave clear. Not bad. I'm not sure that it's totally necessary against this team that has one AP champion, but I mean he does use the wave clear, so I get that element of it.
Well, he's gonna go he's gonna go Hollow Radius. He's gonna go the MR one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if I love Hollow Radiance into one AP champion.
Oh no, you're right. No, I get you.
I almost wonder if he might just actually turn it into a Sunfire. A little bit less on the wave clear, but it seems better in this matchup.
Yeah, I don't know if you need it to fight the Echo, to be honest.
Yeah, so. Agreed. I think his passive gets him there for the first 20 minutes of the game. So.
Yeah. And now, yeah, the ulti for Mui is online here. He's looking for some type of Galio ult play.
I said I don't like Hollow Radiance into only one AP champ on the other team, because Echo is the only AP on 1 IQ. Yeah. Sorry, the chat is thinking I'm mentally disabled right now, so I'm trying to clarify.
Remember when Porky used to be like a magic damage champ before he started building full lethality?
Yeah.
But anyway.
And we got a little engage here top side in the jungle. Yep. Donovan jumping in early. I like to see that. Like to see the early aggression.
And so far, Trundle is kind of dumping on this lane, although I guess Alawi's going to catch up on his back right there. But
yeah, that's a big wave to catch. I don't think Alawi's too worried so far. I mean, the tier start means she's She's not going super aggro super early. Looks like RAWR's looking for early grubs, which both teams like grubs here. We've got an Alawi and a Trundle. Looks like 1IQ and Donovan are going to walk away, and they're just going to run straight for this dragon, kind of a reverse of what we saw last game. Donovan go ahead and pulls Infernal Drag immediately. Is not getting any help, though. RAWR is going to have plenty of time to rotate to this here, and it might spell disaster. This is exactly what we saw last game, but with the teams reversed.
I actually don't think so. Vi actually has a really fast Dragon solo. I mean, she's already almost done with it.
Yeah, and it looks like no one from RAWR is actually responding, except Maokai is going to go throw a sapling, so...
Oh, that hurt my soul. Dunny, come on, buddy. It didn't matter, but come on.
No one saw anything. Don't worry about it.
Hurt my soul. Bit of a fight breaking out here with the Vi. Kind of getting caught out here. It's happened to flash away. But the rest of 1IQ responds to try to help out, and looks like Vi is going to be able to get out. So far, about
yeah, and we are...
Okay, about 700.
I think we just hit Galio level 6 a moment ago, so...
Yep.
Bot lane for RAWR has a ton of threat now. Same with top, really.
Yep.
And personally, I feel like anytime they have a Galio on the team, your best bet is just sprint at the Galio and kill him first. Don't even worry about fighting anyone else. Just take the Galio out, remove the ult.
Yep. They're going for a dive here in the bot lane with the Galio.
And there's the big Galio ult coming in.
This is, I mean, they're going to get Poppy, but at the end of the day, this is going to be
Oh, but is Curbs going to go down?
No, okay. Wandering Monarch.
Not quite. Wandering Monarch has to flash out.
Meanwhile, they get a gank off in the top lane. That's going to... Well, they get a gank off, but...
And die!
Kill the,
and it's a double kill for Kill the Kiwi. Tier Alawi is just 1v2. Absolutely slapping them.
Yep. My goodness. She made them cry. My goodness.
Yeah.
That was disgusting. Alright, let's go back and actually see that play. We were so focused on this bot lane play for good reason, but let's see this dive. As they clearly go, they're trying to do a play here while 1IQ, well actually 1IQ is trying to make, oh yeah, RAWR's trying to make a play bot, so 1IQ is trying to get a gank off here, but...
Gets another tentacle slam. He's got the ult.
The Tesla Spear on the Trundle and then is able to ulti.
And Richie ults back in and just gets dumped on immediately. Yep. Oh, that's tough.
Yep.
Not as good of a play when you're not a 15-1 Wukong.
Yeah, not quite the same. That is the
but see, this is what I was expecting. Like Mui on this Galio, tell me that's not a damage threat. He's full tank, but tell me he's not a damage threat.
Oh, it is. Mui, Galio's damage with tank items is disgusting. Like a Galio with Sunfire components will go in on you and do half your health, and it's so gross. It's like, get this garbage out of League of Legends, says every mage. Yeah, Galio's base damage is disgusting. Like, it is just so not enjoyable to play against as any immobile mage.
Yeah, and not a bad play. I mean, a very aggressive dive bot.
Ooh, I don't know if that flash by Maokai was necessary, but they're going to go ahead and get... Oh, they were going to go ahead and get the Echo here, but he gets a fantastic W off and is able to escape. So well played by Rihi to get himself out of that with a very well placed W to get a double stun and shield himself at the same time.
Yeah, good play there. I was just saying, RAWR forcing a pretty aggressive dive bot there, and they did go 1-for-1, so not bad. But I really think the bigger issue for 1IQ is the Alawi 2v1. If this Alawi keeps getting fed, then they lose the split push battle. And if they lose the split push battle, I think they lose the game, because I don't think they're going to win the team fight battle here.
No, I don't think so. Or I agree with you. That's what I mean. But I think you're
that being said, 1IQ bot lane up about 35 CS right now. We get a little bit of that back on this wave, but overall, should be a little bit of a gold lead there.
Looks like Quay is going for the tier item, which I'm not sure I agree with. But that's just me being a Hui nitpicker who enjoys playing Hui. Bit of a fight breaking out here. Falcon's go ahead and get caught, and he's going to go ahead and get blasted here, and that's going to be a kill over to Corky. That's not who you want to give kills to on Team 1IQ.
Yeah. And they're
1IQ
still engaging, but now Alawi says, please walk into me.
Yeah, do it.
See what happens.
Come at me, bro, the champion.
And 1IQ is still hovering. They're doing a good job trying to get some poke damage out. They're posturing for these grubs. They do have 4 people here, but they have Alawi tentacles on them already. Oh, and this is going to be a huge Alawi ult.
Yep, so Vlog gets a nice ult, but the Amumu did get punted away by the Poppy, but it looks like
and now Alawi's just going ham on everyone, while Mui
kills him on the side while Alawi holds their own. And Mumu didn't do anything because he was punted out the fight, and they just won without him. So if anything, I think them punting a Mumu up baited him.
Yeah. Yeah, I just
looking real smooth.
It didn't seem like a huge deal clearly to 1IQ, but there was a tentacle in the wall on the south side of that grub pit that just was slapping their entire team before that fight even started, and so they just got crushed before it even began, and they didn't need the Amumu.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, but they will get a good catch on the Galio here. Yeah.
Block the Galio. I think Galio's just gonna go ahead and ult out. Underrated way to use Galio ult. He goes ahead and escapes into a nice big shutdown. Now the rest of Team RAWR is here to try to see if they can turn it, but doesn't quite land anything.
Yeah, and unfortunate from 1IQ to not hold one form of CC. They had several forms of CC there, and they all used them at the exact same time on the engage, which allowed the Galio to just ult out. Yeah.
I will say something I just noticed. Wandering Monarch is going for a different Corky build in the last game.
Yep.
Last game he went
Essence Reaver.
He went Triforce and Mana Moon, but now he's going Essence Reaver. So I guess he's just going crit.
Yeah, and RAWR moving in here and just pushing 1IQ out to take the drag. Did we get the steal? And Donovan does get the steal. Nicely done.
Nope, he did not get the steal. Yep, says Doki got it. Oh, no, wait.
No. No,
he did.
learn how to read.
No,
yeah.
I got confused by the things appearing in the middle screen, but you're right.
Yeah. Yeah,
nice steal by
and funny to call it a steal as 1IQ starts the dragon, gets pushed out, and then has to go back in to steal the dragon. But a nice steal nonetheless from Donovan.
Look at that, the game doesn't consider it a steal. It says slain.
Yeah, because they were the ones who started it, yeah.
In terms of Corky builds, from what I understand, the crit build snowballs harder if you're ahead. But like the Triforce, like Mana Moon build is like more consistent, I guess. That's kind of usually you see them going crit on ADC more than Mana Moon. But here we go, a fight breaking out here in the bot lane, and that's a nice flank by Poppy.
Oh, and look at that Corky damage. That's just gross.
Corky being balanced once again. That's gonna be another kill over to him.
Oh, but a big stun on the Galio, and he will go down.
Yeah, nice flash Q by Vi to secure that. I'm not sure if it was necessary. Probably could have just ulted instead, but that's okay.
Either way. That was a big shutdown. That was a 724 gold shutdown there for that Vi.
Yep.
That's going to feel good as she's looking to get her Triforce online here.
Yep.
Alawi's still being a problem, though. 3-0-3.
Yep.
Split pushing away.
Alone, so that's just really hard to deal with. She's going for the tankier build first, too. Went Iceport and Gauntlet first, so you can't burst her down nearly as easily.
Well, and RAWR did get 6 grubs, and they are moving in for Doki's #1 most favorite jungle objective.
Yep. Most important one in the game.
Biggest one. Well, I would say it's pretty impactful in this particular game.
True.
The Alawi definitely has the chance to solo win this one. So, and really, what scares me more is the biggest carries on RAWR right now are this Alawi and then obviously Mui on the Galio, and they can get to each other easily.
Yep, and I don't think he's not gonna
He's not gonna ult out of this one. Nope.
Too much CC that time.
More CC. Yep. Ooh, and 2 deaths in a row for that Galio. That's a whole lot of gray screen time.
Yeah, you lose a lot of momentum by dying twice when you're ahead. Like that, because not only obviously are you off the map, but your death numbers are longer when you're ahead. So lose a lot of momentum. He's only about 1.6k ahead of the Echo. Doki's going in on Reedy, but Reedy's going to land the stun and the ulti. And he's going to go ahead and go down.
Yeah,
Little
that
too aggressive
was...
by Doki there, I think. He's trying to stall for his team, but he's not that tanky yet. All he has is the Leandres, so...
Yeah, that was definitely one of the plays of all time.
Yep. So, a little too aggressive, but RAWR still ahead, 1.5k, although they are down 2 dragons, which does not bode well. I like getting 6 grubs for them, but I would much rather have 2 dragons than 6 grubs most of the time.
Yeah, and the gold lead is getting much smaller in the past 2 minutes. So things are definitely looking up for 1IQ as they just took another tower top as well. Unfortunately, RAWR just getting picked quite a bit, and when you're playing a team fight comp and you're not team fighting, that means bad news.
Yeah. Plus, you know, they've gotten caught out a few times too, so they got to find a way to be a little more cohesive, get better vision on the map, so they're not getting caught out by these 1IQ roam plays.
Well, and the catches have been on the Galio. Even
Yeah.
the first one that he survived, he got picked 3 times in a row. He lived the first one with ult, and then died twice. And that's kind of what I was saying at the start of the game. Like, if you're against a Galio, just engage on the Galio. Don't engage on anyone else.
Here's a fight now, and it's going to go ahead and land a nice Galio ulti on top of the bot.
Yeah.
Vi's going to go ahead and go down. And they're trying to kind of kite in multiple directions here. They got Echo from this side and Torch from this side, and a lot of low people on RAWR. And Galio's trying his best to frontline, but he's only one guy.
But here comes Alawi.
Alawi's here.
Will she be able to save the day? Oh, she's got the ult going, but 1IQ respects it. They're just going to walk right out.
Yep.
And that was the way to take that fight. So nicely done from 1IQ. Oh. He's able to flash in and secure the trundle. Echo looking for another engage here. Oh, but he misses his own shield. No.
Stunfield was not able to land the stun on the Galio, and now, ooh!
He's ulting back in, though. He'll clean up curbs.
Yep.
But Alawi misses the E, and now is just getting chunked by this Corki.
Yep.
And,
Alawi's going to get a really big, I was going to say Alawi's going to get a really big power boost here once she finishes her hero mana, but she's not going it next. She's just sitting on the tier. Okay. Interesting.
Goes into a black cleaver instead. Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, third dragon coming up here. 1IQ in position doing it, but RAWR says no, we're going in, and Doki's gonna miss his Q on the dragon. He's gonna have to walk around and do the walk of shame around the dragon pit. But they are strong enough to force 1IQ to back up anyway. Vi's gonna go ahead
and here comes Vi for another steal.
Let's see if Malcolm gets it somehow.
No.
I'm not
yeah,
sure exactly
unfortunately, a very early smite from Mr. Donovan there.
I don't think Doki even had smite, did he?
No, from Donovan.
That's what I'm
Donovan
saying. Yeah, like
smited.
Doki didn't have smite. Like he didn't.
Oh yeah, he did not smite it.
Or maybe he's the one that smited, and I didn't smite it at all. Actually, you know what? I'm not satisfied not knowing. We're gonna find out. Okay, so let's pause right here. They both have smite. Who smites? Doki smites. Vi doesn't smite. Goes down to Maokai. Okay. So there you go. Mystery
Interesting.
solved.
All right, fair enough.
And it is a little hard to get that smite off as Dunny in that situation. Because you're getting CC'd a lot and you're going low, but you have to try. You have to make sure you cast a spell on something. Don't just leave it in your back pocket. You know, having your smite available after the fact is no consolation prize. Press the button, hope for the best. Enough flaming done. It was a pretty low percentage steal anyway, in my opinion. So.
Yeah, he already got one earlier in the game. You know, 2 in a row would have been pushing it.
Yep. And it's not like it wasn't a very high like. It was a low risk steal in terms of him dying there doesn't really impact the game that much. So, you know, there are good and bad times to go for a steal on Dragon. Like when Baron's also up and they'll do it after they kill you. That's a really bad time to try to steal Dragon. But in that case, it was perfectly fine. So in the end, nice try by Dunny. Just wasn't able to get the smite down. No big deal. Game continues. We're up about even in gold.
Yep.
1-2. Very close game. Looking very
1IQ has equalized the gold, and
we are seeing all these Merc Treads coming in. 4 Merc Treads so far. I would have liked to have seen Merc Treads on the Corki too, to be honest. I think I think most people go take defensive boots on Corki, whether Tabbies or Mercs, depending on the game. He definitely should have them. He's gonna have to position extra carefully because he doesn't have them. Bit of a fight breaking out here. The bot lane of 1IQ, they're kind of tentatively engaging on it, but the Corki does so much damage, they have to be very careful about overcommitting. Now the rest of 1IQ is going to show up, and Mui's going to ult in. It's going to be a 3-man knocker for the Galio, but it's going to be Violet's return. Corki's actually going to be able to escape because of this. Oh no, Corki. My boy Corki. Right into the Maokai Q. He goes down.
And what a way to die, getting fisted by a tree. Yeah.
That's tough, dude. That's like you dodge all the missiles that are locked onto your plane, and you like congratulate yourself, and then you look and you hit like a tree.
Oh yeah.
Poor Corki.
Yeah, that was quite the fight. I am getting nervous for RAWR though. Losing this gold advantage over the past 5 minutes has not been looking good for them, and Alawi's still big and strong, but she really needs to push that advantage and start getting some more turrets down.
And Ree has recovered to a massive degree. He's only down about 700 gold now. He was down like 2k earlier. So
yeah.
He has come back and be a threat, although he did go Nash's Tooth first, which I'm not sure if that's good, but it's certainly interesting.
I mean, I think into an Alawi, a Mumu, Galio, Maokai, I can definitely see it.
I suppose. I mean, I guess I would have maybe liked to have seen like I'll say maybe Leandre's, but maybe that's a little too troll. I guess Nashor's is fine. Acceptable build, Ree. You're excused.
Yeah, I'm not an Echo player anyway, so couldn't tell you.
No,
but
me neither. So I'm just.
Nunya says standard for Echo. Nashor's Lichbane.
Okay. Looks like Banshee's second this game though. That I agree with. Let's get the early Banshees on Echo so that you don't get CC'd before you can ulti. Smart. It's good thinking. Plus all that MR is nice too against this team. And Alawi's still not going to finish this tier. I really dislike this, honestly. Like, the Mana Moon, the Mirror Mana, once you have it, gives so much AD. It's such a massive power spike. Like, forget these other items that you're building, sir. Finish this, please.
Yeah, and I don't really understand the Black Cleaver rush. Like, there's no one on 1IQ that is stacking armor, right? Like...
Yeah.
In fact, everyone on 1IQ is stacking MR for the team comp they're facing, so...
Yeah, I mean, Black Cleaver is a good item in general on Alawi, even if they're not building armor, but yeah, I would have prioritized other things over this, in my opinion. Like a Starax or like a Sundered Sky or something. Or like Death Dance, something of that nature.
Well, Zesty and Nunya say that it's the right play, so I trust them in top lane more than me.
No, I mean,
and we'll see another drag fight for the 4th dragon of the game.
I don't think Black Cleaver on Alawi is bad at all. I just wouldn't have prioritized it this early. That's kind of my point. Like, I would have gotten it like 3rd or 4th, not 2nd. Especially when you have a tier all ready to go. Like, you get a Pure Mana right now instead of Black Cleaver. But anyway, fight breaking out. Go ahead and back up because I'm too busy blabbing about items, which is kind of my specialty on Streamcasts. So let's go ahead and see what happens. And they go ahead and they have vision here, and they're going to go ahead and see.
Oh, and they just full engage curbs.
But he's actually taking a long time to go down here. He's going to do a lot of damage before he does die eventually, but he ends up doing a lot of damage in return. Unfortunately, Alawi is not here.
Oh, and
a lot of their damage.
Dunny fails the dash over the wall. Yeah. But now Mui is by himself 1v3. Yeah, and I'm eating my words as I said this RAWR bot lane was going to do better this game, as they're kind of getting stomped on thus far.
Yeah, they're having a bad time, and now
we'll see a Galio TP back in for the 1v3 on Dragon.
Okay. Why is Alawi needs to be in here too? This is a very, I mean, like the Galio is a raid boss, but he can't do this by himself, can he? No.
I don't think against the Corki, no, but I'm with you. I think a Alawi Galio combo TP would have made that fight very, very different. And instead, Galio TP's in and Galio dies again.
Yep.
This is a whole lot of gray screen time for Mui, and this is not what RAWR needs if they want to win this game.
In his defense, he did stop the dragon.
He
And
did stop the dragon, but
will they
he
be able
died
to?
for the dragon and he can't get back for it.
Yeah.
RAWR is starting it, but
Now,
they're not bothering to
Malawi
clear
needs
the pink board.
100% TP in for this, like right now.
Yeah, and she is backing right now, so she does have the TP available.
Yep. Gets the
So they
jump
may be
shot.
just trying to bait this.
Yep.
Yep, here's the TP
now,
from
though.
Malawi.
If you wait,
But they need to be on this Vi.
Yeah, here we go. Okay, and Malawi needs to get in the middle of all these guys.
Oh, and Malawi's getting in there. Come on.
Could be another smite from the dragon, and ooh,
Oh, and Donovan gets another one.
another steal. Yeah, a lot of damage coming out here, but the Alawi.
But the Alawi goes down.
down.
Gets bursted, and they lose the dragon. Donovan absolutely clutching this game.
Yeah, 2 steals so far.
And almost a third. Very close to a third.
Yep. Yep. Well played by Team 1AQ, and they're going to take the spoils of that fight and go ahead and go for this Baron. It's a little spicy here because their jungler's not here. And the Galio is here, but it's hard for the Galio to get in because she can become.
Yeah, and Vi is here now.
Vi's
She's
here now.
running up. But they are resetting the Baron.
They're all peeling off the Baron, which I don't like. I would have liked to have seen one person stay on it. No, they're gonna
Yeah.
burn it again for
Now
sure.
they got to start it over again, yeah.
I don't think it
And-
matters, but
RAWR is moving, but it looks like they will be too late. Yeah, and I do think that was an absolutely critical mistake from Alawi to not TP in with the Galio TP. 2v3 there, they absolutely cleaned that.
or
And,
even earlier for the team fight. Like she wasn't there for either part, right?
Yeah,
She
either
wasn't there
one.
for the team fight or with the Galio afterwards. Like clearly, Kill the Kiwi just not on the same page with the rest of RAWR on that play. Now,
Yep.
maybe she got a tier 2 turret, and that's awesome, but not at the expense of, third dragon or whatever. So
Third dragon and like 5 kills.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now 1IQ up to a 3k gold lead after that Baron, and they're gonna.
And pushing down with Baron, knocking on the door of Dragon Soul, and this looks like we might have a short series tonight at this rate.
Yeah.
Oh, and Doki is running in. He says, Galio ult on me. And Galio does, but not before Doki gets absolutely chopped.
Yeah,
And
no, you're too far behind to do a play like that at this point, I'm afraid.
Yeah, the Amumu 4v1, I'm going to file under ill-conceived.
Yeah, not the best decision.
And,
yeah, I mean, a lot of the gaps closed in top lane. Echo's now ahead. That's just 1IQ held out and really turned this game around. And now, I don't know what you do as RAWR to try to take control back.
I mean, they do the same thing that they should have been doing the whole game, which is lean into their wombo combo team fight, but every time they're missing an element. The Lowy's not there, the Galio isn't there in time, the Galio's the one getting caught out. I mean, they're just not playing as a team, whereas 1IQ is very much playing as a team.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. That's gonna be a potential Dragon Soul up for 1IQ here in a couple minutes, thanks to the very heroic efforts of Donovan, stealing 2 dragons so far, which is genuinely kind of wild. I feel like I see a lot of Vi's go Conqueror, and every time I look at Vi's Conqueror stats, it does like nothing.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much either Conqueror or Hail of Blades.
Yeah.
I think generally people prefer the survivability of the overall Conqueror tree.
I guess, but I mean, if you want survivability, go Aftershock, like...
I think if someone went Aftershock Vi, I think I would probably flame them.
I mean, it'd be better than Conqueror. I mean, Conqueror's healed, what, 150? That's 1 Aftershock shield.
Yeah, but it's the AD that she's gaining from the fighting. It's not just
I guess.
the healing.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not that much, though. Like like it's 2 AD per stack. Like that's 24 AD at full stacks. That's not nothing.
Yeah, that's
not,
some AD.
That's
That's
not
some
even.
good
That's
AD.
not even a pickaxe.
That's a long sword's worth at
Bro,
least.
you're coping really hard.
I prefer Conqueror Vi
I've changed my
to Halo
stance.
Blades
I thought it
Vi.
was just
So,
not great. Now I think it's ass. I've changed my stance.
all right, fair enough.
I'm even
Well,
harder against it
I
than I was before.
I will be happy to 1v1 you on Aftershock Vi versus Conqueror Vi, and we'll see how it goes.
Well, you don't 1v1 with it. That's not why you pick Aftershock. You pick Aftershock so you survive when you go into their whole team.
It would help with these dragon steals, that's for sure.
That's what I'm saying. You get the
And we will see the soul fight coming up right here. RAWR actually moving in together. Alawi is here.
Vi's kind of covered on this. Hue is way
and
off on the other part of the map. And
Vi is caught out, but
he's able to
nobody's engaging her. Yeah, just the Alawi.
Yeah, and
Hue deep in the back line, which, given how the game has gone so far, is where he belongs. Oh, I don't.
Going all in on the Echo. No. He's able to get his ulti off and escape.
Yep.
Yep,
and the Echo lives with 10 HP and spells.
Okay, hold on. Where the heck was Alawi this whole time?
Did she get Poppy yeeted?
Yeah, she did. That's what happened. She was right here. Okay. I was looking, I'm like, I haven't seen an Alawi tentacle this entire fight. I'm very confused. I'm assuming that's what happens. Let's see. Yeah, so Echo goes in, and Poppy charges her ulti, and yep, hits the Alawi out of the fight. So the Raj just completely
there it is. Yeah, a beautiful Poppy. Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, Super Noob has been clutching it this series as well.
Absolutely.
Alawi jumps
we
back
might have
in.
A bit too soon. RAWR's actually kind of beating him up now that the Alawi's back.
She says, I can flash the wall, it's fine. Yep. But they are working to zone Dunny. They don't want to see a third steal this game, which is probably a good choice.
Yep.
And that is a TP coming in from 1IQ. Oh, and Galio detonates the taunt early.
Yep.
But Echo able to stall.
Echo's just doing Echo shenanigans.
He's jumping around for sure.
Just trying to
He's ulting again.
Yep.
What's that ult on? A 20-second cooldown?
34, but pretty close. Although Vi going in here a little deep, although he does have nice backup, nice response from 1IQ. That's going to take him down.
And now 1IQ will clean the Dragon Soul.
Yep. Yeah, and the Echo almost died there in that team fight, but
yeah, he was, I mean, he was sub 100 HP. It was very, very close, but I don't know that I love the decision to try to target all CC on the Echo while you're fighting the Dragon at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And that does certainly look like the death knell for RAWR in both this game, this series, and their season. Yeah. But we'll see. Stranger things have happened. The Alawi still definitely is a big damage threat. But thus far, kind of the only one that RAWR has. Which really I think is their problem. I mean,
and again,
a big Amumu.
He didn't even build the tier item. He sold the tier.
Oh no.
Kill the Kiwi, please. You'd have an intervention. Well, you don't stack a tier all the way just to sell it, bro. Come on. I mean, I don't know if it would have mattered, but that just hurts my soul. To start tier and not even build a tier item.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that's about.
Oh my goodness. But okay.
And Mui's gonna not win a fight against this Trundle at this point in the game. Yeah, and unfortunately, I mean,
start down to 6 and 7.
Yeah, and for 1IQ, that Mountain Soul is actually, I'm generally not a Mountain Soul enjoyer. I generally think Mountain Soul is pretty cheeks, but against the low damage of RAWR, and their only kill threat being the full Wombo, I actually think Mountain Soul kind of does work here.
Yep, very nice stun by Rigi, and the Galio gets punted out. Vi's going in.
Oh, and it's going to cancel the Galio ult. Yep. Oh no. Vi diving a little too deep.
Nice attempted flash taunt there, but Porky able to flash out of it in time. And yeah, they're trying to do something, but they just got nothing left in the tank.
Yep. And Mui will go down. and kill the Kiwi, making his final stand. Oh, a huge Alawi ult, but
Not enough health left. And that's going
not
to be it.
enough left.
And that's going to be a 2-0 for Team 1IQ. They did not appreciate the paper tiger accusation by me.
What? Okay, hold on. Before we wrap it up, what the hell is a paper tiger?
You've never heard that phrase before?
No.
Paper tiger. So if you call something a paper tiger, it's something that like looks a lot scarier than it and dangerous than it actually is.
Okay,
So
yeah,
it's like
that
a
makes
tiger,
sense.
but it's made out of paper.
And what was the other one you said? Someone's ship?
Oh, I called Team RAWR the ship of Theseus because it's like this. The ship of Theseus is like this parable about like if you take out every part of a ship, replace it with new parts, is it still the same ship?
Oh, because their roster changes.
because they changed
Okay.
like because they changed their entire roster
Sure.
over the course of the season. Yeah, I was
Yeah,
wondering how many people would get that reference, but
I am gonna second Zesty Queso in the chat with a big ol' all caps nerd for those references. But
paper
yeah, they make
tiger.
sense now that you've explained them to me. So
I mean, paper tiger isn't that far-fetched of a reference. I get the ship of Theseus one though. You have to know Greek mythology to get that one, so I get why some people wouldn't get that. But paper tiger,
all
I
right.
mean,
So who is your series MVP here?
it's obviously Rihi, right?
Yeah, it's got to be Richie. I hate to not say Dunny honorable mention with all the steals. Great job. And great game one for Donovan as well. He made some great engages, some great picks. But absolutely dominant Wukong mid from Richie was really the period on this entire series.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I mean, Rihi dominated both games. Well, once he got rolling into the game two, anyway. But a lot of contributions from the 1IQ supporting cast too. You know, Wandering Monarch looks probably the best he's looked all season on a regular ADC
Yep.
on the
Yeah,
Corki
very
both
true.
games. How much credit you want to
Yep.
give to him? How much credit you want to give to Corki? We'll leave that up to the pundits. But
Well,
he looked
and
good.
and to that point, Super Noob, also phenomenal gameplay
Oh
the
yeah.
the whole time. Obviously, playing the Poppy, he doesn't have the beautiful stat line of 7 or 12 kills, but doing all the work to set up the kills so that Corky can press 3 buttons on an immobile champion.
Mm-hmm.
I think definitely some credit there. Overall, just 1IQ, great cohesive team gameplay from
Mm-hmm.
ahead, from behind a little bit in game two. Really, really looking like a very strong team. No wonder
Mm-hmm.
they are third overall.
Yeah, they did a good job showing that they can find ways to adapt their style to some new picks and still make it really work. So I think especially seeing Wandering Monarch being able to do well on a regular ADC is very encouraging for them because during the regular season, I think a lot of times they were kind of pigeonholed into him picking like Seraphine or Swain or something and just kind of playing
Yep.
backup, diver. But if he can pop off on ADC to go along with Ree, they're a very scary team.
Yep. Agreed.
So very well played. To Team 1IQ. They will move on to the semifinals to face somebody. We'll see who it is. We'll find out tomorrow. But that's going to be it for this stream. We do have another match starting in about 25 minutes between, I believe, Team ABW and Team CR. I believe
Oh, and
that's.
that is the game of the week for
I'm
sure.
I'm
That's
looking forward to watching that. I'm looking
yeah.
forward to watching more Eric 29 gameplay.
Eric 29, Eric 30, Eric 31 maybe comes out tonight. We'll see.
Yeah,
To be determined.
he's been killing it. I mean, I think Team CR is they've been playing a lot better lately. And it took them a while to kind of figure out how to work cohesively as a team. And I think they're a real sleeper pick in the playoffs this season. So I'm looking forward to watching that. I believe Bunnyku will be streaming that series. Last I checked.
All right, the
Um,
most professional caster of them all for the
yep,
game of the week.
yep,
It's going to be a banger.
yep. And me and Jeff are done here, but we'll see the rest of you guys in about 30 minutes. All right, thanks for
Yep.
watching. Bye.